And hello, everybody. This is Chris from the Stewart Buzz. We have a special guest. Of course, we got Kaylee, who's the regular here. Hello, Kaylee, regular.
Hello, Chris, regular.
Okay, I am regular, by the way. I do take Metamucil. We also have a special guest. His name is CJ. CJ, I've known pretty much most of his life. And he is a good friend of mine. And I have actually changed his diapers.
Wow.
I have. Not that long ago.
Did it smell?
No. Always like roses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, CJ, tell us about what you do. You have a YouTube channel as well. Is that correct?
I do. It's an animation YouTube channel. Hello, by the way. Hi, Kaylee.
Hey,
and hi,
friend.
Father.
Hello, son. For everybody who knows, CJ is my son. Actually, CJ also filmed a TV show with me called Psychic and Son. We did that back in the day. Great. That was a great experience, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got to drive around that Corvette, or was it a Corvette or a Mustang? Or
It was a Mustang. You know, it's the exact same Mustang that you drove when you were here.
Oh, I didn't even realize that,
Yeah, I know, but well, that's what weed does to you. Anyway,
yeah.
So you have this animation YouTube site, and I watch every episode. I think it's pretty damn funny. It's the dry humor that I guess you get from your father. But so, where do you see that going?
Well, first off, as you know, but I used to do comedy skit videos on YouTube back when YouTube actually just started. And I was partners with YouTube, and there wasn't too many people that were partners with YouTube at the time. And it was pretty cool. We would get paid. It wouldn't be a lot. We would get like $30 a month or whatnot. We were just started out. I think we did that for about a year. And then I joined a band, and we stopped making the videos. And if YouTube does not like when you don't post consistently, so I lost the partnership. That has now converted because I've learned animation, something I always wanted to do. Even back then, when we were recording those videos, we wanted to make cartoons, but we had no idea how to do it.
Actually, I saw Bumblebee or whatever. I watched a video of that. I don't know what happened there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was actually a stop motion animation video.
What is a stop motion animation video?
Well, we used Transformers toys, Megatron and Bumblebee, and we'd have to move their arm just ever so slightly and then stop the camera, and then move it again and stop the camera.
So it's time consuming.
Yeah, it was time consuming. It was fun. The best part of doing all of this is the voice acting. Getting to do the voices for stop motion characters or animated characters is by far my most favorite part of this whole thing.
Can you do one of the voices for us? I want to hear it.
Yeah,
Are you the one who does the voices?
I do all the voices, yeah.
Yeah.
For now.
I swear to God, some of them sound like women.
Either that or I could check it out later, but oh my gosh, I want to hear it.
So how do you sound like a woman?
Well, the woman, I could just be like, I kind of put myself in a higher register voice, but, thank God it's 2025, and I can kind of make my voice sound wherever I want with programs. So I'll put my voice in a higher register, and then I'll change the tone up a little bit, and it'll give it more of like a woman's voice.
Okay, so this is going to be one of your characters.
Well, we have a character in a, and his name is. So he has a.
Right. Is this the dude that's over by the water cooler?
Yes.
Okay, I know him well.
Yes. And I was. I wanted him to sound gluttonous, so when he first started his dialogue, I kind of wanted him to be out of breath, even though he's just standing there.
Right, but he's very angry at a man that goes out and smokes all the time.
Yeah, so the whole premise of that is, we all have that person at work that takes their smoke breaks, and at the end of the day, their smoke breaks equal probably at least 30 to 45 minutes of work that they didn't have to do because they're just outside smoking.
And the fat dude's not eating donuts?
The fat man eats 3 cheeseburgers. His wife packs him 3 cheeseburgers every day for lunch.
You should have made him look like Trump.
So I had him out of breath, so I kind of started him off with like that. So he'll be like, smoking Hal's always outside smoking. That's like 3 breaks a day. Like, so when I'm talking, I kind of just want to sound like I'm out of breath and a gluttonous. He's almost kind of choking on his own voice.
And throwing up in his mouth.
People are just that fat. They struggle to get out a sentence, So that was kind of like what I was thinking.
Now,
Love it.
Explain to me about Cabbage Sally.
It's actually spinach salad.
That's right. I'm sorry. I had cabbage last night.
Get it right.
I had cabbage last night. I got confused. Spinach Sally. The guy that's behind the counter seems to have a bit of an anger issue.
Yeah, his name is 5-Star David.
Okay.
He's going to be one of our characters that just works at like whatever store we decide to create, and he's just working there. Like, that's why we call him 5-Star David, because he always gets great reviews. So, but
Right.
The actual story behind that is I was trying to buy a new car in real life, and this car salesman who was trying to sell me a car like they always do, and I was wearing a KISS shirt at the time, and he noticed my KISS shirt, and he went off on this tangent about how his, I believe it was, met Peter Criss, the drummer from KISS, but his brother-in-law wound up committing suicide. The car salesman, which, by the way, I can't believe I haven't even said this. I don't do this animation alone. I have a partner.
Listen.
It was not.
Listen.
So actually, this friend was with me at the car dealership at the time. Anyway, he started telling us a story about how his brother-in-law met Peter Criss and wound up committing suicide, and the guy starts breaking down in front of us, crying. Jeez. And I'm sitting there, me and Owen are sitting there, and we're like, we don't know what to do, and then we looked up this guy afterward on the internet, I guess the Kia thing or whatever, and his name was David, and he had 5 stars. And I was like, how does this guy get 5 stars?
Yeah, because he's emotionally insane. I have a guy that's emotionally insane standing right in front of me. He's just hanging out. He's just actually literally hanging out, and he randomly does Tai Chi in my store. And he doesn't even know Tai Chi. He read a video.
Is this actually happening?
He's standing right in front of us, right
he's
here.
not playing.
He's right here in front of us. He's almost like the Trump buster. He goes follow girls into the cars and does Tai Chi, and he steals crystals.
Oh my God.
All right. It's inspirational. I can use for future videos.
Can we get the audio of the angry man selling Spinach Sally, or at least attempting to sell? Because Spinach Sally didn't want to be bought. She was really. Tell me the premise about Spinach Sally.
Yeah, so Spinach Sally is a toy. So this 5-Star David is working at a toy store, the local toy store in downtown Stewart. And
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and our character Garcia comes in to buy a toy for his little sister. He's looking for a Mush Pal, which is like a Beanie Baby.
I have 5 of them.
Yeah, they're worth a lot of money now. But he's looking for them, and they're sold out at this toy store. So instead, Five Star David recommends a doll called Spinach Sally, who her lore, I guess, of this toy is that she ate entirely too much spinach, and now I don't. Am I allowed to curse on this?
I guess if you need be.
Yeah. So she ate entirely too much spinach, and now her ass hurts.
Okay. So I'm sorry. If you eat too much spinach, does that make your ass hurt?
Why don't you try it out and let me know?
I'm going to give it a shot because I didn't know if your ass hurt when you ate too much spinach. So, so the guy walked in and he didn't have the toy, but he said, "But wait, you can't leave," because like he was angry at the dude.
Yes, he definitely has anger issues.
So can you explain to me how you made the voice of the man saying that he has spinach Sally for sale?
So the Five Star David, and how I do most of these characters is a lot of our comedy is what can I say, exaggeration, like to the max, where people get just very passionate and mad about things that no one else would. So with this one, the Garcia, who's trying to buy the toy, is basically saying he's not interested in the doll. Oh no, he starts asking questions about the doll, like what? Well, why? Because the doll originally says, "My ass hurts, but don't tell mom."
Right. And telling mom, that would be very confusing. Why can't she tell mom?
Why can't you tell mom? Exactly. So, of course, naturally, the person trying to buy the doll asks, "Well, why can't we tell mom?" And instead of Five Star David just, giving him an answer, he gets passionate about. It's almost as if he feels for the mother, and he's like involved in this Spinach Sally family, and he's just like, he's like, "Well, why can't we tell mom?" And Five Star David's just like, "Well, she knew it wasn't for her. Like, it was for the guests. She spent all goddamn morning preparing the meal." And, like things like that. So he gets very, very passionate, about this doll that,
so who makes the voice of Spinach Sally when they pull the string, sort of, and then Spinach Sally speaks?
Oh, that's me. Yeah, too. I do all the voices. So
what I don't understand, can you replicate the voice of Spinach
yes, I
Sally?
can. So it starts off obviously with like ooh, ooh, I should not eat.
It doesn't sound like you, to be honest with you. There's some of them. There's that dude smoking the cigarette that I can hear your voice, but I don't. And why do you make yourself so muscular?
Oh, well, all right. So this is where I need to come in with this. It's the characters that you'll ever see watching on videos.
Speak slower and clearer.
Okay. All of the backgrounds that you see, all of the animation, all of the items, like if there's a toilet or whatever, that's all done by me. Owen makes the characters, and then I design the characters for movement. It's a very. I just started learning this 13 months ago, by the way, so we're still learning how to do everything as we go. But he makes all the characters, so I'll have some input on how I think the characters should look and how they should move and stuff like that.
So there was a video, Chris, where there was a guy shooting a gun into a gentleman's ass. What was that about? Came out of nowhere.
Well, that was actually in the Spinach Salad video, and just to correct you on a moment, it's actually a cannonball that's being shot into the man's ass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got totally confused there. And
Yeah. So that's fine. Yeah, it's just it's a middle-aged man up against a tree with a cannonball getting shot into his ass. Now that was just random. That's another thing we like to do.
Does sound
The
familiar.
worker. Yeah, the worker at the toy store, Five Star David, was just watching content on his laptop like we all do, and just happened to be the content he was watching at the time. You never really know what you're going to click on the internet, so why not that?
So, do you have a question?
I'm just
ask him.
enjoying.
You can ask him anything. I mean,
Yeah.
like, what is it like to be the son of a psychic dude, or something like that, or is your dad a total wacko? You can ask that.
Do you have abilities yourself?
Oh, that's a great question.
And how do you deal with that if you do? And if
Right.
not, then that's
Screw
okay.
you.
It's a small part or something because I'm
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay, audio's back. Go ahead.
okay. No, I'm just in tune with a lot of people. I wouldn't say that I have these abilities or whatnot, but I am a very good people observer and reading people's
Emotions.
emotions before they happen and stuff like that. So that really helps me with things like this because it kind of gives me a different way that people handle certain situations, and I observe that in the real world, and it's very helpful to me.
Do you remember driving in the car with me, and then I would ask you a question, and then I would know that you're lying, and then you would have to tell me the truth because I knew you were lying? Do you remember any of that? I think you're about 9.
Yeah, of course I do. I have a good memory.
So it is kind of weird to grow up with a dad, I guess, that does stuff like that. And I don't know if you know that your mom actually saw somebody in the shower that passed away. Did you ever hear that story?
I did.
And what, your mother told it?
Yeah, she did. She said she wasn't afraid. She just saw, I guess, I forgot the guy's name, but it was someone that passed away. One of your friends?
Rusty.
It was Rusty. And she saw like a image of him like in the shower, and she wasn't like nervous or anything. That was like kind of how she explained it.
Yeah,
Which is weird because to me, I feel like I would,
you might have shit your
be
pants.
the Tasmanian devil and just,
You might have shit your pants. There are many other videos from Calcalson Network. And those videos are pretty funny. What is the name of one of those videos?
Well, do you want the one with the most the most likes and the most popular one?
Because we're going to actually find a way to see if I can get rid of these people. So we're going to try to find a way so we can put the link up, or you can say what the link is so they can find you, and then hit subscribe. So what is the name of the videos? Because you sing in one of them.
Yes, it's the Small Penis song.
I see. And what is that about? Because it's very confusing to me. You being what, 5'9"?
Yeah, I'm 5'9".
Okay, so I can understand a small penis song for a guy that's 5'4", but one that's 5'9". How did that song come about?
Well, it's not like I was just, you know what? I have a very small penis. Let me write a song about it. It wasn't like that. It's just more of a stereotypical white Caucasian male versus African American.
The African American male that was in the video is, of course, your friends.
Actually, no. I just grabbed two of them.
What do you mean? You just grabbed two African American dudes and said, "Come into the video"? I thought that might be.
Was friends with, and so nice to help me.
I guess that video is pretty famous. The video that I did not see until recently is the cabbage video, where you and Mike, who I'm a fan of, but Mike and you do not like cabbage, and you ate the cabbage.
Lettuce.
Lettuce, that's what it was. Lettuce and cabbage looked the same to me.
It's because you had cabbage last night.
Yeah, that's right. I had cabbage last night.
Yeah, you gotta let that go. You gotta shake that off.
I'm
Dad.
trying to let it go. So what happens when you ate the lettuce?
In the beginning of the video, he's singing a song that just repeats "I hate lettuce," and then we go to hang out at a park, and I just happen to bring a head of lettuce with me for no reason.
I mean, people just randomly walk with lettuce?
If you come to our channel, nothing's gonna make sense. You know, that's really all I can
The
give you.
good part of it.
But
The good part of it.
I tossed the head of lettuce to Mike, and he just starts vomiting. And then since he started vomiting, I watched him vomit, which led to me started vomiting, and then we just start vomiting all over the park.
I'm going to let you see this. It actually is quite funny. So let's. Is there another video that you want to talk about? Because you are going to create a video of 5-Star Dave going to a psychic shop.
Yes, that one we'll definitely be doing. Right now, actually, we started doing shorts, YouTube shorts, because it's good for now because we are getting our animation chops. People's attention spans nowadays are not too great, including my own.
Mine too.
So these shorts are really, really cool because people actually tend to stay for the whole thing. So,
well, you know, shorts don't bring you watch hours, but they do bring you views. So it'll help with your views, but it won't help with your watch hours. So anything over 30 minutes to an hour will help your watch hours. But if you're doing shorts, for anybody that doesn't know YouTube, you do these shorts for about 3 minutes, and you'll get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. And then they'll start to click onto your channel more and more and more, and then they'll go to the video part. But explain do you know the premise yet of the short of 5-Star Dave going into the psychic shop because he's feeling off and maybe there is a demon inside him?
well, on Mondays is usually when I get together with Owen and we discuss things. We did discuss that today. He said he has a lot of ideas for the whole tarot cards and crystals and stuff like that. So we don't have an exact premise yet because right now we are actually working on a 5-minute video, which is going to be a lot of animation. But we did discuss it and we did throw around some ideas, but I don't know when we're going to get to that, but it's definitely going to be probably our next short.
Now, how long ago was Calcax and Neckworth?
12 years, I think.
12 years?
15 years, maybe.
So it's you and I who were kind of doing, well, I was kind of doing podcasts, like before other people were doing podcasts, with the Casper Paranormal View. Do you remember that?
I do.
With Angelo?
Yeah. So I was going to say Angelo.
Right. So we were doing it well before it was even popular. So also, we did a TV shoot, you and I. an experience that most people don't get a chance to do. The production company flew you into Florida, and we shot for that. Were you nervous for that?
Yeah, I actually was. I wasn't know if I was nervous. I was just lost. I was like a lost puppy on during that whole thing. I think I just did not know exactly how to get into whatever character I was trying to get into, and I couldn't be myself for some reason. So, but it was a lot of fun, and it was definitely an experience.
So I was myself in that. So I
Yes,
was
you were.
because I am a character. And that lady's house that we went over, and you talked about the pool in the backyard. She had, unfortunately, it's very sad that she had passed away. So she is no longer with us. But that lady in the backyard, do you remember that? Saying
When we were
that-
shooting?
yeah.
Yes, I do.
He said, well, was there ever a pool being talked about in the backyard or whatever, ever a pool? And the girl's like, oh my God, yes. So it's just an experience that nobody ever had before. And Kaylee just signaled over to me that she was going to ask you a question. Go ahead, Kaylee.
I actually, in fact, didn't do that, but since we're here, I actually kind of forget a question I was about to ask.
She's not the
What was
brightest tool. She's adorable, but she's not very bright.
I'm just tired.
Tired, doing
Always
nothing.
tired. So
That's
what was the most crazy, like, what was the craziest experience that you had, like, with your dad growing up, like, together? Like, what was that like?
We could bring up the pool incident.
I was going to bring up the pool incident because I think that probably is the most craziest
I would
experience.
love to hear the pool incident.
Well, hold on. We had two pool incidents, and there's one that I will not be talking about. But the other pool incident, he was showing me how to mow the lawn on a one of those lawnmowers that you ride on. I guess like a John Deere or whatever. I don't know what it was.
That's correct.
I don't know how old I was. I must have been maybe 12 or something like that.
Something like that. So give it another try. Go ahead.
I was driving on this lawnmower, and I couldn't stop. I just kept going. Now, there's an above ground pool in the backyard, and I smacked this lawnmower right into the side of the pool. The whole thing collapses, and the water just comes gushing down onto the lawnmower and me, and I ruined this entire pool.
I believe
It was as if I just went to Valhalla.
I think I called you a dumbass on that one. I think
Were you
yeah.
there? Did you witness that whole thing?
I was there. I witnessed it. Yes, it was
What
not.
did you do? Did you go and help him?
There's really not much I could do. The pool was gone. So I just said, "Oh my God, what did you do?" I don't think I was mad at you. I think I kind of you were small enough for me to be able to pick you up and give you a hug or something. But
Yeah, I don't remember you getting mad at me for that.
no, I don't. But there was the second pool incident, and
Yeah.
I think that should be brought up.
Oh my gosh.
So you were younger then, though.
I was very young. I must have been in first or second grade.
Yeah, you went to a pool party. I brought you to the pool party. And apparently, I brought you to the pool party, and I left the pool party. And apparently, I wasn't supposed to leave the pool party, so I got in trouble by your mother. So I don't know. I'm confused on these things. Why am I staying at a freaking pool party of a bunch of little kids? But anyway, I came back to pick you up, and there was no sign of you. What happened?
You want me to say what happened?
Well, I couldn't find you. Where were you?
I was in the bathroom.
What were you doing in the bathroom?
Well, this like nice. I think it was an above ground pool, crystal clear water, and let's just say when I got out of the pool, it looked like a beef stew.
It's a good way to put it.
So not only was it a beef stew with corn inside it,
No, I don't know about that.
but you were in the bathroom and you wouldn't come out. The lady, I walked up and she goes, Chris has been in the bathroom for a half hour now. I don't know if everything is okay. So then I knocked on the door and you're like, oh my God, thank God you're here. And that really touched my heart because I love you very much. And only to find out that there was a turd the size of an elephant's turd inside his bathing suit.
Oh,
So I literally had to take that sucker out and throw it into the toilet. It took 2 flushes to get the damn thing down.
yeah, for not staying at the pool party.
Then, I guess. And then I had to wash his bathing suit, which was cool anyway, because the bathing suits would have been wet anyway, right? So nobody knew the difference. He came out of that.
100% at least it was a bathing suit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, honestly, Chris, I got to be honest with you. I'm not so sure that everybody knew what happened. Do you think they did?
I was always under the impression that they did, only because it's not too hard to figure that one out, I think.
Well, yeah, apparently you got past that. The thing that you might not get past of is what happened to your teeth?
The 2 front teeth, playing football with my friends. One of my friends' forehead went right into my mouth and 2 front teeth. Still fake to this day, but in about 6 months, I'll have permanent.
That's great.
That is great. Were those 2 teeth embedded into your friend's head?
But
No, but he does have a scar on his forehead to this day.
Where did the 2 teeth end up going?
They fell onto the floor, and we got them, and we threw them in milk, because apparently that saves them.
Wait,
And they
wait.
implanted
Shut
them
up.
back into my mouth.
Wait. You put the teeth in milk?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, we went to my nearest friend's house, and his mom happened to be a nurse, and she knew that if you put the teeth in milk, I guess there was these proteins that actually preserve the teeth, and they actually implanted the teeth back into my mouth, and it was successful until I was playing football again, and it happened for a second time. So at that point, it was over.
So, you played football from the ages of about 8 all the way through senior year, correct?
I think it was 5. I think I was 5 years old.
Okay, 5 years old. Story about that was that you went to Coach Lamb and you told Coach Lamb in one of your seasons that you can't play football anymore. So Coach Lamb asked you why, and you said because you had a broken leg.
I walked up to him and told him I had.
Walked up to him, no cast, no crutches, no nothing, and he said, I can't play football anymore. And the coach said, why? He goes, because I got a broken leg. like the dude didn't have a broken leg. It was very obvious that he didn't have a broken leg. So the coach came up to me and says, Chris says he has a broken leg. I'm like, Chris, what's up with the broken leg thing? What are you talking about? How did you come up with that genius broken leg story?
It's a great question. I was probably 7 years old, so I have no idea. I was probably just trying to do anything to get out of running any more than I had to run at that point.
it makes sense. He does animation now. He comes up with these stories all the time.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
You should literally do an animation on your life. I think that would really be exciting. The
That's
kid
great.
gets stuck in the bathroom, and
Well, you know what's funny?
5-star Dave has to go into the bathroom to rescue the kid, and plop it into the toilet thing, and the whole thing, and all those stories.
Well, what's great, and this I actually just thought of this now, but you know how they say when you die, you kind of get to experience your entire life in such a short moment.
Right. It's
But
like your
apparently,
life
you can
flashed.
focus in on any moment that you'd like to for any extended amount of time, but it'll only be a short amount of time. That would be a funny video. Is someone on their deathbed and their whole life flashes before their eyes, and they focus on these moments that are important to them, but they're just like ridiculous moments.
That would be funny. You're very far away from the microphone. You know better. You're gonna get
That's
punished.
close enough.
Yes, you're gonna get punished. So
One thing I wanted to make sure I said that another thing with our animation studio is like if I know there's a lot of people out there that write children's books or do illustrations and whatnot, and if they wanted
it's like, how would these people get in touch with you?
so you can go to our Instagram page at Mainline Animation. You can go to our YouTube page at Mainline Animation. The best way to get in contact with us would just be to message us on Instagram.
So mainline animation.
That's it.
Mainline. MAINLINE animation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the people that are interested in something like this or wanting their book come to life, they can contact you. Like I know people who published children's books. We have them in the store.
Exactly.
They can have it come to life. I'm sorry?
So that's who I thought of too.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good idea, Chris. That's a really good segue into like making a second career. You have a first one right now, but
Right.
making a second career into something that would benefit both kids and the person who published the book. Make it into I'll use the word cartoon, but an animated story about the book, which would be really pretty cool. But I'm more excited about the psychic shop and 5-Star Dave walking into the psychic shop. So if I don't see that soon, there's going to be some big problems. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know you're not necessarily the most patient person, but trust me, we will get it out there. We will get it out there.
I am not. So you have a fiance, and she is liking this or hating it?
Oh, I love her to death because she supports me 1,000%. She thinks that, well, she has seen me from when she helped me get the laptop that I'm using to create all these animations, and she has seen me from the start to now. And there's really been tremendous progress. I don't know if anyone actually knows what goes into animation, but it's a lot. And from when I first started 13 months ago to now, there's been some tremendous progress. And she sees it and she's just like, oh, well, there's definitely something here, so you got to keep going.
So what about giving a tutorial on how to do animation?
Well, that's going to be in the works because I have a new microphone and video camera coming on the way because we are going to start doing tutorials on how to animate. And like you said, it'll be in video form. You know, these people watching on YouTube, you know, obviously I'm not going to put 70 shorts out there about it. It's just going to be videos and people can watch how I learned through tutorial videos. We'll make them fun. And we'll do little 20-second animations so that you can learn the premise of it and how to do it all. And it'll really be a great tool for anyone looking to get into making their own cartoons, even if you want it to be as simple as it could be, or if you want it to be more complex, that's up to you.
I believe that Kaylee's interested in making animation movies because she looks very excited right now for everybody that can see on video. Chris, I'll be sending this over to you so you can watch it as well. Any last words that you want to talk about?
I just want to make sure
So, Mike, do you talk to him anymore? Okay. Say that again.
We text every now and then. The last time I saw him was at Costco, probably about a year ago.
Okay.
But we do text every now and then, and we remain in communication with each other. It would be really cool if we can get him to do some voices down the line.
Yeah. He's a riot. What about Andrew? So Andrew used to work for me. And the first day that Andrew actually worked for me in a nursing home back in the day, so he worked in the maintenance department, but I told him in this particular thing that he needed to go up to a room. Do you remember this, Chris?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he needed to go up to the room and he needed to, I think it was to wipe somebody's ass. Right?
Yeah, I think you gave him like a thing of Windex and paper towels.
That's correct.
And you told him to go upstairs because there was a guest that needed to have their ass wiped.
Yes.
That's a great idea for a video too, actually. Wow.
And honestly, I have the ability to keep a completely straight face while doing that, and he actually left to go do it. He left to go and wipe this guy's ass, and I'm like,
Wait. With Windex?
yes, that's right. He's like, oh, okay. I mean, it's his first day. He didn't know him,
Wait. So, did he really wipe somebody's ass with Windex?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, okay.
There was no individual. There was no individual. We had a lot of fun in that hotel, motel, hotel, whatever it was.
Nursing home?
Yeah. So anyway, and another day, one of the housekeepers came running up to me, and she's like speaking in Spanish. And of course, clearly I don't speak Spanish. And she's pointing to a room. So I decided to go into the room, and some dude hung himself dead. So I'm looking at him. Right? Do you remember that, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that go to hotels and stuff to do that, overdose, all that stuff.
Affecting
Well,
that.
no. What he did do is he drank motor oil, and then he hung himself.
That'll do it.
And so yeah, that'll do it, I guess. So I know not to touch the body because the police have to come, right? So I'm there talking to him. Dead people don't bother me. So I'm there talking to him and saying, dude, are you with me? Are you with me? Didn't touch him. Didn't speak a word. He was dead. So I said, okay, call the police. The dude's dead. So I stayed there, made sure nobody messed with anything. And the cops came in and goes, we got it from here. I said, okay, he's dead. I think he drank that motor oil that's over there. And yeah, that was also interesting. We have a few interesting stories in the place. Yeah, that's always a fun place. Marlo actually still works there, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe she does. Apparently, she lost like 500 pounds, and she's riding bicycles or something. I have no idea.
Yeah, she was into that when we were there.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to go, Chris, because we're going to lock up the store and go home and eat cabbage. Because it's actually very healthy for you. Good talking to you. And
Cabbage Chris.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So if you ever want to come onto the podcast and you want to share your stuff, please do. And I guess that's it. Love you.
Bye, Chris.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kaylee and Dad, you guys have a great night.
You too.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.